Well, science is about to get exciting, and I hope you're excited to be here because we are going to figure out what needs are met by an organism's environment. That's today's learning target. So there are three basic needs met by an organism's environment. The first one is water. And mealworms get the water that they need from an apple or a potato. We don't give them actual water like in a water dish like you give your cat or your dog. They need food from an apple or a potato and water. So food. Mealworms are decomposers. So they eat in nature, in their natural habitat. They eat decaying leaves, they eat sticks, grasses, dead insects, feces, that's poo, and stored grains like meal, like cornmeal or oatmeal. They are called mealworms. Get that? So water they get from an apple or a potato. Food they get from meal or leaves, sticks, grasses, dead insects, feces, and stored grains. And then every organism needs shelter. And so a mealworm habitat needs to provide safety from predators, right? Predators that eat mealworms include rodents, beetles, spiders, lizards, and birds. Mealworms prefer darkness and quiet places. So for the next week or two, we're going to want them to get acclimated to their new habitats and their shelters. And so we need to keep our voices relatively low when we're in the lab, so that we don't disturb them too much. So when we do activities with them, that they're not too freaked out. Today on notebook page 17, please create a food chain here that includes a mealworm. Remember, a mealworm is a decomposer. We have some organisms here that could help you. Make sure your arrows are showing the correct flow of energy, okay? On notebook page 18 today, our learning target is, I can describe the anatomical features of an organism and how it interacts with its environment. Whoa, this is huge, right? So I am going to give to you a copy of what we're going to do in the lab today. Hopefully it's today. We might not get to it till tomorrow. But hopefully you can describe anatomical features of an organism and how it interacts with the environment. Anatomical means like anatomy, like body parts, like does it have eyes, ears, legs, arms, tail? What are the parts of a mealworm? Anyway, so you're going to observe a plant, animal, or insect, and you're going to record the data in this page here. And then you're going to glue it on notebook page 18 so you have information about a mealworm. All right, here's what's super exciting. You are going to get to adopt a mealworm. You're actually going to get to adopt 3 of them. 3. Because you get 3 chances, really. Sometimes they die just because they get sick, or sometimes they die because they're too stressed out. So we want to make sure that we're handling our mealworms really carefully. So for homework, you need to take home this mealworm adoption certificate. It says, I understand that my mealworms are living things. You'll need to initial there. I agree to treat my mealworms in a humane manner. You'll need to initial there. I will handle my mealworms gently. You'll need to initial here. I'll not harm my mealworms in any way. You'll need to initial here. I agree to care for my mealworms. You'll need to initial here. Caring for your mealworms means occasionally you'll bring in some food. And make sure you check the habitat pretty often. We'll do that all in class. Also, please initial here that I understand that if I mistreat my mealworms in any way, I'll be banned from lab activities that include mealworm handling and will still be required to complete a similar activity on my own time with parent supervision. I'm going to be really strict about this. We are dealing with living things in the lab. We need to treat them with respect. We need to be careful with them. Got to be careful, and that means like not dropping them, not squishing them. Okay, certainly not eating or drinking in the lab. Don't do it. All right, your student signature goes here. So that means write your first and last name here. And then I need a parent or guardian signature before you are allowed to adopt mealworms. You will be getting 3 mealworms. You can work with a partner or up to a group of 3. Your choice, because these are people that you'll be working with in the lab, and I'll expect you to have all of those lab behaviors that look great in the lab, like quiet voices, you'll be able to work together, recording data, okay? So you'll need to make sure you bring this back before you adopt your mealworms. Also, you can name your mealworms. So once you've adopted your mealworms, you'll want to give them names. Like maybe you could name them after your favorite teacher, Mrs. Tomlinson, or maybe you could name them after your parents, or maybe you could give them your name and like maybe you're Johnny the Second, and maybe make your mealworm Johnny the Third. How cool is that? All right. Looking forward to working with mealworms with you. The two things that mealworms eat that I could really use and our classroom could use as mealworm, is cornmeal, like from Jiffy corn muffin mix. If you could bring some of that in to donate it, that'd be great. And also oatmeal. And I mix them together to make a food solution, and that's actually what we're going to put them in, a lot of food. And then they're going to grow and develop. And the way you pass this assignment is that you get at least one of your mealworms to turn into a beetle. All right, treat them kindly, love your little mealworm babies, and have fun with this activity.